is touching the truth.
Alright, what is going on, guys? It's Havix here, and today I'm going to be making a video on some Burnout Paradise, just because, you know, I needed some background gameplay, and I still like this game, even though the servers are shut down. It's still just fun to kind of mess around in single player, so yeah, pretty much. If you guys didn't see, the Need for Speed YouTube channel just yesterday from this video going up uploaded a new video talking about the Need for Speed Heat like actual gameplay, because the last trailer was just, you know, it was just like a reveal trailer. There wasn't any real gameplay in it, and it didn't really go that much into detail. But this one actually, you know, it kind of talked about like all the different things that are going to be in the game, and I have some of them written down. And yeah, there's just a ton of really cool stuff that I saw in the trailer. If you guys want to go look at it, that'll be linked down in the description. I'm not going to go and like play it because I'm afraid I'm going to get a copyright strike, and I'm not trying to deal with that, so, you know, especially with YouTube's copyright system right now. If you guys watched yesterday's video, or not yesterday's video, but the last video, yeah, I don't want to try to deal with that stuff. But anyway, the first thing that you see in the trailer, or at least, I don't know, most of these aren't actually in order, so, one of the things that I saw in the trailer, I guess, was that, you know, the cops aren't going to be like they are in Need for Speed 2015 or in Payback. In 2015, they were pretty weak, kind of useless, and in Payback, they didn't even exist. I mean, they did like 3 events, but that was about it. So in Need for Speed Heat, there's actually going to be cops at night. There's going to be a few during the day. During the day, they're kind of going to work like the Need for Speed 2015 cops, where you know, they could pull you over and then you just give them some money, or you pay like a fee, or not a fee, a fine, and you're good. Or you can just keep going, and then, you know, obviously you're in a chase and you have to get away. But from what I see at night, they're just a lot more aggressive. I don't know if you're still going to be able to pay that fine or not. I mean, nobody did that in Need for Speed 2015, so I don't see why that would really matter. But yeah, during the day, they're going to be a lot less aggressive, but right when it turns to nighttime, they're going to be like, from what the video showed, it's pretty much going to be Most Wanted 05, which I really liked the way the cops worked in that game, although their AI was a little bit broken sometimes. Obviously, it's a newer game, so that's going to be fixed. But from the videos and stuff that I've seen, it looks really good. You know, you got helicopters, rhinos, stuff like that. I don't even know if there were rhinos in 2015. There might not have been, just because that game literally had nothing when it came to any of that. I mean, it wasn't the first game Ghost made, but it was like the first main one, I think, because I'm pretty sure Rivals was originally worked on by Criterion or something. I don't know. But the next thing is that there's going to be crews, so that's going to kind of work like clans and stuff like that. I don't know really what to compare it to. I can't think of any other racing games that have that. I'm guessing The Crew probably does, just judging by the name, but I don't play enough of that to know. But yeah, pretty much you're just going to be able to create a crew with multiple people in it, and I don't know if you're going to be able to like race together or do that. It didn't really go that much into detail about a lot of this stuff in the video. But yeah, that's something kind of cool. I don't think any other Need for Speed games had that, not that I can think of. So that's obviously something kind of cool. Like I said, I don't really know what's going to be in it, like the type of things that you're going to be able to do. It would be cool if there were like if there were kind of like crew events where you had like 2 of them battling each other, you know? I feel like that would be kind of cool. Like if maybe you either try to gain like wins for races and then those added up, or if it was something like, you know, you actually raced with other crews depending on how big they are. Because if they're like, if you could get up to like 100 people, then obviously that wouldn't work. But if, say, each crew could only hold a max of 8 people, and since multiplayer is up to 16, I feel like that would work pretty good. You know, if you had like both the crews kind of doing like a team race against each other. I don't know, maybe that might be kind of fun. But then again, it would kind of turn out to be kind of like the Forza team racing, and that's not fun, so I don't know. I'm just kind of speculating at this point, because obviously I don't know. The next thing that I actually thought was really cool is that there's going to be an exhaust sound editor. So instead of it just being, you know, whatever sound the car comes with, I was hoping that the actual exhaust that you put on it would change the sound, like obviously they would in real life. But I guess this works too. It actually makes it so you can pretty much make the car sound however you want, at least from what it showed in the video. I mean, it didn't really go through all the settings. It just kind of showed like changing the, like if it was like, I guess the raspiness of it, I think was one of the things they changed, and that was about it. But I think that's something kind of cool, because then all the cars are going to be a little bit unique, so not all of them sound exactly the same. And maybe that'll make it so instead of all the cars sounding terrible, they'll make the cars sound terrible by default, and then people can go and mess around with them and try to get them to sound how they're supposed to. Because, you know, the way it is in the Need for Speed games, none of those cars really sound all that great. I mean, at least it's not as bad as Forza. Forza has bad sound. I don't know what they were doing in that. In Need for Speed, a lot of them sound okay. There's a couple cars that don't sound exactly right, but it's at least cool that you can now edit that. I really hope for the M3 GTR they just add a straight cut gears sound. Like, it's not that much to ask for, I don't think. You know, it's going back to the kind of Need for Speed Underground type thing. It's got some like aspects and stuff that look like they're from Most Wanted. Like, please, could they just do that? You know, that would be great. By the way, for any of you guys who don't really know what straight cut gears are, it's what makes the M3 GTR make that like really loud like whining sound that sounds really cool. Yeah, anyway, the next thing that it talked about in the video was Need for Speed Heat Studio. So pretty much it's like, you know, if you're out and you don't have access to your computer, but you want to like work on a livery that you want to make, or, you know, just customize your car because that's something you like doing, you could just open up the app, customize the car, and then when you come home, you can just upload it to your car in the game, which I think is really cool. I don't think any other games really do that. Yeah, I can't even think of something else that's kind of close to that in any other game. But it's a really cool idea, and, you know, it just seems like it would be fun to kind of just mess around with the cars and like customize them and stuff, because that is something that Need for Speed is really good at. They're not really good at, you know, having a large quantity of cars, because normally there's only maybe 50 cars, which is still a good amount, but, you know, it's not as much as like Forza, for example. But their customization is always like really good, so that's going to be something kind of fun. From what I've seen, it does kind of look like the customization in, what is it called, Need for Speed Edge, right? Is that the mobile version? Or No Limits. Edge is the Chinese version, that's right. So it does kind of look like No Limits a little bit, which I don't think is bad. I really like the game's customization. And also from that, they also obviously showed that there's going to be like a vinyl editor. You're going to be able to edit all the cars just like you normally would in like Need for Speed 2015 or Payback. Hopefully you're going to also be able to edit the exhaust sound in there, because I feel like that would just be something fun to kind of mess around with, you know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those things that, like, when you're bored, you could just open it up, customize a car, create a vinyl, mess around with that, and then when you get home you can actually use that in the game, which I think is really cool, like I said. Next thing, they kind of already hinted at this before, but there's going to be character customization, which I don't really think is that big of a deal. Like in Forza, I don't think I've ever used that. I created my character at the beginning of the game and I haven't touched it, because it's a racing game. It's not, you know what I mean? I'm not playing The Sims, I'm playing Need for Speed. I don't want to go and customize my character and do all that. I mean, it's something cool if that's what you like doing, but just please, like, if anyone from Need for Speed, or from Ghost, I meant, is watching this, please don't add dabbing, don't add emotes. Like, that's like the last thing this series needs. You know, that's kind of the problem I had with Forza, you know, the character customization, it's cool and all, but every single time you go and play a multiplayer game, you have to watch like 3 people either breakdancing or dabbing. It's just, why? Why did they think that was Why did they prioritize adding that to the game over literally anything else, you know? I don't know, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, if you don't wanna use it, then don't use it, I guess. I just hope that they don't put emotes and stuff in it, because I don't need any more cringe with the Need for Speed franchise right now. Anyway, the next thing is that whenever you crash, so if you're in like a pursuit, this might also be just anywhere. I don't know if it's only in pursuits or not. But if you crash, you actually... Alright, did I go the wrong way? Probably. But if you crash while you're outside racing around or doing whatever, you actually lose all of the money or anything that you've gained during that session, I guess you'll call it. So every single time you go to your safe house or your headquarters or whatever it's called, it'll like bank everything that you've earned and you'll save that, obviously. But if you've been driving around for like 6 days and you've gotten $10,000, I don't know how the money system's gonna work, obviously. But say you get $10,000 or speed points or whatever they end up using, and you crash, from what I've seen, you lose either a portion of that or all of it. So that kind of adds a little bit more risk to just kind of driving around like idiots, you know what I mean? Which, I mean, is something that I kind of like about Need for Speed. I would like it if they did make a new Burnout game, because that's what Burnout's supposed to be, but right now that's kind of the closest thing that we have. But yeah, if they did make a new Burnout game, that would be great, but that's kind of asking a lot. And yeah, so that's about it for that. The next thing, this is probably the biggest thing, at least in my opinion, speed cards are gone. So it didn't really show that much of the customization. I don't even think it showed any, like, I don't even think it showed any of, like, the system. But from what the guy was talking about, he said that you're going to be able to earn parts. So I'm guessing it's going to be going back to, like, the Need for Speed 2015, you know, system, which I really liked that system. It worked very much like Forza. So hopefully you're going to be able to do engine swap on, you're going to be able to put, you know, turbos or superchargers or even twin chargers maybe, any car, like stuff like that. That's what I really like about like the Forza games mainly. Forza has really good customization when it comes to performance, and Need for Speed has really good customization when it comes to visuals. So Need for Speed Heat's looking like it's going to be kind of like both, maybe not as good with the performance customization, but it's going to be kind of a mix of both, which I'm really looking forward to, because those are two things that I really like in those games. I think Forza needs more cosmetics, and Need for Speed needs more performance. So maybe if Forza has more cosmetic customization, then it'll actually be a contender, because what it's looking like now Need for Speed is going to be a pretty good rival. Need for Speed Rivals. But it's looking like a pretty good rival to the new Forza game, because like it's got pretty much everything that does. I mean, I don't know if the map is going to be that big. I doubt it. We've only really seen like a little bit of the map. I've been trying to like look at the little mini map there. Someone's probably already started mapping the entire thing out. I wouldn't be surprised. But from what I've seen, I mean, it looks like it's a decent size. I mean, the map might even be as big as in, like, Payback, which, it had a big map. The only issue with it is that 90% of it was just road, and that was it. Because outside the city, it was just all kind of, like, rural or desert areas. So you just drove on these, like, straight roads that kind of led nowhere, and there weren't many traffic cars, there weren't many turns, it was just straight roads. I mean, there was, like, the whole off-roading part, but no one really did that. So, I mean, if they do have a big map that has a ton of different areas and stuff, it could actually be, like, a pretty good rival to Forza, you know? But yeah, anyway, if you guys enjoyed the video at all, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about, you know, these changes and stuff that are going to be in the new Need for Speed. If you guys want to go watch the gameplay trailer, it'll be linked down in the description. They probably went into way more detail about the kind of stuff that I talked about. I just kind of talked about a couple things and started speculating about what I hope it's going to be like and all that. So definitely make sure to go check that out. And yeah, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.
I'm all alone again, out of my own again, running from home again. You You always telling me you can do better. Shut up and show me then. I don't got time for this. I laid on the line for this. Told you in confidence. All of my secrets and all of my woes. You took all of my soul. I'm on the move.